Hi, my name is Lorena Garza, and I am the owner and operator of High Desert Birth Services here in Apple Valley, California. And I want to talk to you today about the importance of protein in pregnancy. So, in pregnancy, you need approximately 70 to 80 grams of protein per day. Now, unless you're keto, you're probably not getting that. So let's talk really quick about the reasons why you need so much protein. So protein is the building block of every human tissue. Every part of your baby's body, especially the brain, will need protein to grow and function. So, on top of their baby needing protein, you need protein to just be alive and operating, but you also need extra protein because you're growing extra uterine cells. Those extra uterine cells are going to be helping your uterus to grow and expand, and your uterus houses your baby. So as your baby gets bigger, the uterus has to continue to get bigger. You also are growing your blood volume. So in pregnancy, you will increase your blood supply by 50%, and you need protein to do that. So getting an adequate supply of protein on a daily basis throughout your pregnancy is really important to avoid complications like preeclampsia and other complications, which we won't go into in detail. But so, what are some ways to get in protein? Now, if you're not a vegan or a vegetarian, it's probably going to be a little easier for you. You can eat one large egg has 6 grams of protein. So if you have 2 or 3 eggs a day, at that point you've already have 18 grams of protein. Obviously the meats, dairy, Greek yogurt is really high in protein. That's a good way to get in protein. Cheese, what else? Cottage cheese. Those are all good sources of protein if you're not vegan or vegetarian. So what if you are vegan or vegetarian, or maybe you just have a dairy sensitivity? What are some ways to get in protein? Raw nuts. That's a really good way to get in protein. Raw is better than roasted. You do lose some nutrition when you roast your nuts. So if you can get in raw nuts, it's a really good source of protein. Whole grains, whole wheat, whole grain brown rice. Those are good ways, especially if you put that whole grain brown rice with a legume like a pinto bean or a black bean or even lentils. So when you put a whole grain with a legume, you get a complete protein. That's a really good way to get some protein in if you're vegan or vegetarian. Other ways that I like to suggest to my clients, especially if they're really busy and they don't spend a lot of time at home preparing meals, is to get a really good organic source of plant-based protein shake. So whether it's a powder or even a pre-made, if you can get a plant-based protein shake, usually that's about 20 grams of protein approximately, depending on the size of the shake, and you're a quarter of the way there of making your daily requirements of protein. So vegan has to be vegan and can't be from animal protein. Bodybuilding proteins aren't recommended for women in pregnancy, but a plant-based protein is going to be fine. So that's a really good way to get plant-based protein as well. Other ways to get plant-based protein, if you can do peanuts, peanut butter is my favorite way to get protein in. I love to put a scoop of peanut butter in my vegan plant-based protein shake. So I've gone from my 22 grams of protein to maybe 30 or 32 depending on how much peanut butter I put in. So those are all some really good ways to get protein in. There are so many more ways. I'd have to make a list and do a whole other video on ways you can get plant-based protein. One of my other favorite ways to get protein in plant-based is with hemp hearts. So I'm going to do a video here coming up in the next week or so on how to make hemp heart oatmeal. And hemp hearts has quite a bit of protein in a little amount. I believe there's like 10 grams of protein in a quarter cup. So if you have a half a cup of hemp heart oatmeal, you're already up to 20 grams of protein right there. So stay tuned, look out for that video, and like and subscribe. I only have one video at this point. This is my first video. So, but if you found this informative, maybe like and subscribe and watch out for some videos in the future. Thank you for tuning in, and happy, healthy baby and birthing to you.